What do you remember about Ferdinand Marcos?
As far as I can remember, 45 years ago, Mr. Ferdinand Idulin Marcos was a strong and intelligent man. He was a bar top notcher in the bar examination at that time. In his speeches, he used to deliver them extemporaneously, which made me admire him. He had the longest term of office as president for 21 years.
So, Mrs. Medel, what do you remember about martial law?
Mr. Marcos proclaimed martial law on September 21, 1972. It is because there was a threat of sedition in the country. People in those years were not law-abiding citizens anymore. During martial law, the military took over the government.
Uh, do you think martial law was a good time or a bad time?
For me, martial law per se is a good thing to do. It was the last resort of Mr. Marcos to stop the abusive behavior of the people, especially in the streets. It became bad when the military people abused the civilians.
So, thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Why do we need to study history, specifically martial law?
We need to study history, especially martial law, because in our future it is very useful, especially if we know what happened in the past, like that martial law being founded by President Ferdinand Marcos. We can compare that if martial law will be repeated today in the future. We know the effects of martial law today. So it happens now when President Rodrigo Duterte had published martial law in Marawi. We know what will happen.
Thank you.
Up on the Wall by B.J. Patino. There's this man's photo on the wall of my father's office at home. You know, where father brings his work, where he doesn't look strange, still wearing his green uniform and colored breastplates, where to prove that he works hard. He also brought a photo of his boss, whom he calls Apple. So Apple could, hang around on the wall behind him and look over his shoulders to make sure he's snappy and all. Father snapped at me once, caught me sneaking around his office at home, looking at the stuff on his wall. Handguns, plaques, a sword, medals. A rifle told me that was no place for a boy, only men, when he didn't really have to tell me because that photo of Apple on the wall was already looking at me while I moved around. His eyes following me like he was that scary Jesus in the hallway saying, I know what you're doing.